Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
New York Times Business. July 30, 7:44 America New York. Europe recovers from double-dip recession but lags the United States. The Eurozone economy grew 2% last quarter, as lockdowns eased and business activity stirred.
Armstrong Economics. July 30, 7:37 America New York. Australian tyranny growing? Some readers in Australia are reporting that the government is now trying to block access to our site. You can usually circumvent that with a VPN. I find it very interesting that we are not blocked in China or Russia, but in Australia. This is only an indication of the decline and fall of the West.
BBC News Business. July 30, 7:31 America New York. Eurozone out of recession after economy grows 2%. Data suggests all economies in the 19-country bloc expanded in the last 3 months.
Marginal Revolution. July 30, 7:25 America New York. Welcome to the club. Ashish Jha, Dean of the School of Public Health at Brown University, has had it with the FDA. Nearly all public health authorities in the country are urging people to get vaccines.
Wall Street Journal Markets. July 30, 7:14 America New York. Amazon, Pinterest, Robinhood, Chevron. What to watch when the stock market opens today. Nasdaq 100 futures fell 1.1%, suggesting large technology stocks will fall at the opening bell.
Marginal Revolution. July 30, 7:09 America New York. Richard Hanania on safety craziness. There are other complications too. Some people are just low IQ, and maybe their dumb beliefs aren't their fault. But if you believe in personal responsibility at all as a guide to policy, for reasons of utilitarianism or justice, you have to assess blame at some point.
Forex Live. July 30, 7:09 America New York. Japan top health advisor says might need to discuss further curbs on movement of people. Japan may look to take further steps to curb the virus spread. This comes after state of emergency measures were announced for 4 other prefectures, Chiba, Saitama, Kanagawa, Osaka, and the one in Tokyo being extended through to the 31st of August earlier today.
Daily FX Market News. July 30, 7:05 America New York. Japanese yen outlook. USD, JPY month-end bounce to be capped as downside risks remain. Bond spreads favor lower USD, JPY but watch for month-end recovery.
Wall Street Journal Markets. July 30, 6:53 America New York. Goldman Sachs, Ontario Pension Fund close to deal to buy COVID-19 test provider. The deal would value Germany-based Amides at close to $1.9 billion, including debt, people familiar with the matter said. Wall Street Journal Markets. July 30, 6:44 America New York. China tech sell-off resumes, adding to month of huge losses. Investors are reeling from drastic moves against the after-school tutoring sector, one in a series of government salvos.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. July 30, 6:03 America New York. Eli Lilly's new compliance chief on his priorities. Technological innovation, the coronavirus pandemic and a shifting regulatory landscape are top of mind for Eli Lilly's new compliance chief, Alonzo Weems.
Forex Live. July 30, 5:42 America New York. Equities still keep on the defensive so far in European trading. European stocks lower but still poised for a decent month. European indices are holding lower by around 0.4% to 0.8% mostly on the session, as equities are still seeing a slight retreat towards the end of the week per month.
Daily FX Market News. July 30, 5:30 America New York. Euro-USD pops above 1.1900 on better than expected Eurozone GDP data. The first look at Q2 Eurozone GDP data showed the bloc growing by a better than expected 2% while inflation rose to 2.2% in July.
Wall Street Journal Markets. July 30, 5:30 America New York. U.S. crypto traders evade offshore exchange bans. Hundreds of Americans are trading risky crypto derivatives on offshore exchanges such as FTX and Binance, according to a new report that sheds light on how U.S. traders can easily bypass measures that seek to block them from offshore exchanges. Wall Street Journal Markets. July 30, 5:30 America New York. Big oil is vulnerable to climate change. Literally. Energy companies already faced reputation and legal challenges in the fight against climate change. Now they are grappling with their own exposure to unusual and extreme weather.
Forex Live. July 30, 522 America New York, Euro, USD inches up to fresh 1-month high as the dollar eases slightly. Euro, USD moves up to just above 1.1900. The pair is up to its highest level since the 30th of June as buyers are trying to make it 5 consecutive days of gains now, pushing a little higher with Euro area Q2 GDP data more upbeat on the balance of things today.
New York Times Business. July 30, 516 America New York, Eurozone GDP rises 2%. The Eurozone economy grew 2% last quarter, as lockdowns eased and business activity stirred. Workers at a Volkswagen assembly line in Zwickau, Germany, last month.
Forex Live. July 30, 501 America New York, Eurozone July preliminary CPI plus 2.2% versus plus 2.0% Y expected. Latest data released by Eurostat the 30th of July 2021. The headline reading climbs above the ECB target and the trend is likely to keep that way amid rising cost inflation and base effect adjustments. Higher oil prices part of the picture. Forex Live. July 30, 501 America New York, Eurozone Q2 preliminary GDP plus 2.0% versus plus 1.5% Q expected. Latest data released by Destatis 30 July 2021 to minus 0.3% GDP plus 13.7% Y. Prior minus 1.3%. A solid beat sees the euro area economy bounce back after a more subdued Q1, helped by looser virus restrictions in general.
New York Times Business. July 30, 5 o'clock America New York, China's parents say for-profit tutoring ban helps only the rich. Many families and experts say Beijing's education overhaul will help the rich and make the system even more competitive for those who can barely afford it. A boy in Beijing's Haidian district, home to a number of after-school education businesses. New York Times Business. July 30, 5 o'clock America New York, nooses, anger and no answers. Inside the uproar over a future Amazon site. The discovery of multiple nooses has set off heated debates about the responsibility of companies and the ability of workers to speak their mind. The construction site for an Amazon warehouse in Windsor, Con.
Forex Live. July 30, 453 America New York, Bitcoin falls 2% as buyers are still unable to clinch technical breakthrough. Bitcoin drops quickly below $39,000. The risk here is that the failure to firmly break $40,000 in the 100-day moving average, red line, could see buyers lose faith and conviction to keep with the move higher in the past week. Forex Live. July 30, 442 America New York, China's Politburo says that will keep yuan exchange rate basically stable. China's Politburo remarks on the economy and policy. The remarks pretty much reaffirms China's stance on the economy and policy steps, though the PBOC did move today in defending the yuan, fixing it markedly higher, and that has helped USD CNY close at its lowest since the 25th of June at 6.4560.
BBC News Business. July 30, 434 America New York, British Airways owner IAG to ramp up flights. IAG, which also owns Iberia, says it plans to run at 75% of its 2019 passenger capacity by the end of the year.
Forex Live. July 30, 421 America New York, Japan officially announces state of emergency for 4 more prefectures. Also extends Tokyo state of emergency to the 31st of August. This covers the 3 prefectures near Tokyo, that being Chiba, Saitama, and Kanagawa, adding to the state of emergency for Osaka as well.
Naked Capitalism. July 30, 404 America New York, hoisted from comments. What climate change reformers get wrong. Climate change activists too often wind up bypassing core issues. Here are a couple of them.
Daily FX Market News. July 30, 4 o'clock America New York, GBP, USD running out of steam as 1.40 falls in sight, focus on USPCE. A strong rally in GBP, USD is losing some momentum as investors are cautious about USPCE data.
Forex Live. July 30, 4 o'clock America New York, Germany Q2 preliminary GDP plus 1.5% versus plus 2.0% Q expected. Latest data released by Destatis 30th of July 2021. The negative revision to Q1 doesn't help in the context of the overall picture as the economy is still 3.4% below pre-pandemic levels at this stage. Forex Live. July 30, 4 o'clock America New York, Italy Q2 preliminary GDP plus 2.7% versus plus 1.3% Q expected. Latest data released by ISTAT 30th of July 2021. This bolsters hopes of a stronger recovery in the summer, but the outlook for the remainder of 2H 2021 remains subject to how the virus situation plays out and if supply chain disruptions will pose a bigger challenge to businesses in the months ahead.